So, it's always some bullshit going on, you know. The last 2 winters, I was very upset that I couldn't see my friends. I mean, we started seeing each other less, like years before Corona hit, but we were starting to like meet up more just as the pandemic hit, and it was just so depressing to not see them when I needed them most. And even when I was invited, I felt like I couldn't come, obviously, because of the pandemic. I was very scared for my elderly parents. As I've mentioned, I don't really want to talk about this. It's just hurtful and redundant, but at least I had my best friend supporting me and being there for me. I had her in my life, you know, we had a sleepover every week. We were always like texting every day. And I had my boyfriend, who is a very wholesome, mentally stable person, and it's hard for him to comprehend how it feels like, as what it feels like to be a little bit on the mentally ill side. Like, I'm not calling myself mentally ill, but I'm surely not mentally healthy. Let's just say that I do have my demons. My head is my enemy sometimes. I do have intrusive thoughts and things like that. I do sleep. I do have like sleepless nights and stuff like that. And I also had like, at least, you know, some coping, like weed or something to just calm my nerves at the end of the very stressful and hard day. The downsides of the last 2 years were, at least the last year also, was that I had very many troubles at work. I moved to work from home to avoid being at the office. Many of my colleagues did, many of the people all around the world did, and I had technical problems all over the place. I had like every annoying customer pop out of the hell that they came from with their bullshit. I had like, my mental health was extremely low, and I was expected to perform at my highest, productivity, and it was very mentally taxing. It was extreme. I hope I don't jinx this shit, but at least now I don't have that. I also, like, although I am traumatized, I'm not a complete, like, fool. I do learn a little bit of coping mechanism when something bad happens to me. I wish I learned more, but something is, like, stuck in my head. I learned something, so it's a little bit easier for me to cope, but this year is just still harder than the last two because of some new things that came up. And of course, why wouldn't it be, you know? You solve problems from last year, but then just something new emerges, and oh well, yeah, I am now 3 months pregnant. I wanted this child. My just a great timing. You know, my friends are all getting pregnant or already like giving birth. It's nice. It's nice timing. I'm not complaining about the pregnancy itself at all. It's wholesome with my boyfriend. Everything is fine. It's just that I am just, it's physically and mentally hard. And this just came at a time where, you know, Corona is at an all-time high, and my friend group is again like in this hibernation where I feel very lonely. And my first trimester was very, very hard. I take it back, it wasn't very, very hard. Some people like puke their guts out, can't even hold water. That's not my experience. I didn't puke once. However, I was exhausted, and I'm someone who relies heavily on exercise, even a little bit of exercise for my mental health. I'm not like a fitness freak or anything, but I do like 10 minutes a day or something, and I couldn't even do that. And especially at winter, it's very important for me. And it has been 3 months almost of like little to no exercise, or just having to force myself to exercise. And it was very exhausting. Oh god. There's a dog running around. I thought it might kill me, but it wasn't interested. So that was like not nice. And then it felt like shit that I couldn't smoke weed anymore. I had to quit overnight. Once I found out I was pregnant, which was thankfully very, very early on. And I really relied on weed because I'm the type of person that is a little bit hyperactive, but I don't have a lot of energy. I feel very guilty when I don't do much, but I don't have energy to do much, you know what I'm saying? I worked 9 hours a day, I exercised, I cleaned my apartment, I cooked, I did everything that I needed to do. I made sure I took care of myself, that I took care of all my responsibilities, and in the end of the day, I rewarded myself with just a little bit of weed. And I also could sleep very nicely. I'm an insomniac, so this was a godsend. And this was something that always helped me cope. It did cause a lot of anxiety sometimes, but I feel like it was just this like shitty weed because our country does not legalize it, and this is like the government's fault. I feel like it was just not clean. I knew the difference. So weed itself was never a problem. And now I don't have this coping mechanism anymore. I cannot even drink like a bit of alcohol, like a beer. I'm completely abstinent, you know. I don't do anything that might harm my child. I will like smother my inner self before I do anything like this to my kid. I know that there is no proof yet that weed is like horrible for a newborn, but no. I'm just not experimenting. I don't judge people who do this, but I'm not personally willing to live with that if something were to go wrong later on. I would blame myself too much. This won't be a life worth living. So I now isn't changing anything work-wise in the next 10 years, so she must be content. But yeah, still nothing. Not even like one text to find out how I'm doing. And if we meet up on some occasion, she still doesn't like even ask to make small talk. I feel like she just doesn't want to give me any room to feel like we're friends again. I feel like I was always a burden, that I was always like too much. It has triggered my abandonment issues and my issues where I feel like I'm not good enough. And she knew all that. She knew that my friends just basically always put me on hold once they didn't need me, and then came back when they needed me. And she did the same. This has been very, very hard on me. There is not a night where I don't wake up and think about it. But I guess, I wish her all the best. I don't really feel like I love her anymore. I don't feel like I should. I hope her depression is gone. I gave her like many opportunities to like talk to me. I told her that I'm here for her. I can listen to her even if she's depressed and she feels like she's a burden. She's not. That we can do it the way she wants to. We don't have to talk about anything serious. We can just watch a movie or something. Nothing. Like she just, this polite rejection every time, like smiling, polite, fuck you. Yeah. And I made it clear that I'm here for her, so now I don't have anything more to say to her. And she doesn't have anything to say to me, obviously, so it's over. I don't know why. Maybe she's so horribly depressed still, but she doesn't want my help. We always were so therapeutic for each other, I thought. We always talked about like our issues. She told me that I helped her. I was willing to do anything for her. Like I was making lists with her how we can solve our problems and whatever she needed. But I guess people don't like that. I guess that was like too. Maybe she felt smothered. Like, boy, I treat people how I want to be treated, but I guess there's something wrong about how I want to be treated. I realize that. Whatever, And now at almost 31, I'm like this underdeveloped teenager still wanting friendship. Yeah, but that's another topic. It's getting dark now. I think I'm gonna stop recording now and continue some other time. It's also getting cold. I wanted to catch the last sun rays before I go home. Thank you for listening, whoever you are. I hope that it was like soothing at least. Maybe there was something that you could relate to. Maybe you felt understood in something that I said, and if not, maybe you just managed to fall asleep well. We'll talk in my next video, and I wish you a great day.